What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Orange Crush Pod, man. It's your host JMX, my other host Trav. We got some big news for Broncos country today, man. I'm pretty sure all y'all done heard. J.K. Dobbins is officially a Denver Bronco. We're gonna get into all that in just a second, but before we do, Trav, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying the finals. Can't wait for this NBA offseason to start up. You know what I'm saying? My Spurs supposed to be getting someone pretty crazy within the next few weeks. So I'm really excited about that. Shout out to my boy Kevin Durant. He will be a Spur. But yeah, I'm just, excited for all that, excited for my Broncos. But y'all been doing good. But yeah, let's jump right into it. The Broncos have officially signed J.K. Dobbins round, what was that? Friday, I think. He came in, they announced he was going to visit Denver. He visited Denver Thursday, my fault. Yeah, they announced, Wednesday night that he was going to be visiting Denver. And it took about a little bit close to a week. But the Broncos have officially signed J.K. Dobbins. It's a 1-year deal. The base deal is $2.5 million, but they said it can go up to 5.3. But hey man, after months of speculation, after everybody, what I'm saying, basically begging and pleading for the Broncos to go out and at least, get a visit with J.K. Dobbins, they bring him in, they sign him, man. And Trav, man, what's your first reactions to this?
I made a video about J.K. Dobbins in March, because we were looking very desperate for running backs, and I thought he'd be a good fit. I know everybody brings up the injury concern, but for me, I love it. I think the 1-2 punch with him and Harvey is going to be something we've not seen in Denver in a very long time. I think Sean Payton's kind of gotten his new version of Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram with that 1-2 punch. As long as Dobbins stays on the field, I think he's trying to recreate it.
Yeah, and real quick, so Mike Kliss did tweet recently. He said it's a 1-year 2.75 million, 2.5, and it's also 2.5 in incentives based on rushing yards and total yards. But yeah, I agree with you, man. This is the best running back duo I think we've had since Phillip Lindsay and Royce Freeman. Shout out to those two Bronco legends right there, man. But this is by far the best we've had since then. And it's really just crazy the moves that we made, but this offseason in general. But hey, man, J.K. Dobbins, just to throw out, his stat line for last year, he had 195 carries, 900 yards. He averaged 4.6 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. And mind you, he still missed, I think, about 4 games last season, and he was damn right there to 1,000 yards. And he was the bell cow for the Chargers. I mean, he was at one point throughout the season the only offense the Chargers kind of had. He was their best offensive player. I mean, obviously outside Justin Herbert, like skill position wise, he was the main guy that was really like driving that force for their offense. And it was like, I remember when he got hurt, it was like their offense didn't know what to do without him. So to steal that away from not only, just to add him to our offense, but to steal him from a division rival, is just it's just perfect, man. I mean, I love it. And I really want to see what he's gonna do. He's definitely gonna have a different role. He's gonna be splitting more carries this season, but I think overall he's gonna be the best back. Running back one heading into this year. I'm pretty confident in that. In that, but I think the 1-2 punch with him and RJ Harvey is just gonna be bread and butter. It's gonna be right there with each other, man. And I couldn't be more excited. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I love this signing, dog. I can't believe we got Dobbins, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I think it speaks a lot for guys like Audric Estime and Jaleel
Mm-hmm.
McLaughlin, and I mean maybe even Tyler Bidet. I know a lot of people wanted him to stay on the team. One of those guys are the odd guy out. I do think that Denver's going to roll with four backs like they did last year, which wouldn't surprise me at all. I think this also kind of puts the cap on Blake Watson. I know a lot of people had high hopes for him, but he's like RB5, RB6. He's probably not going to make the cut.
Yeah, he'll
Um,
probably be practice squad.
so it makes me wonder, like, if we roll with four, like, we know it's going to be Harvey, we know it's going to be Dobbins. Do we roll with Jalil or Estime? I mean, and then Bidet, like, there's a big question mark because I mean, I think that if you seen what you wanted to see out of Audric Estime, you don't bring in Dobbins.
That's true. And I remember to go off what you said, tweeted about that. Right when the news brought in that we brought Dobbins in for a visit, I was kind of surprised. 'Cause I'm like, at this point, me and you were kind of convinced that they were just going to run it with Estime and Harvey because, they didn't really bring in Dobbins before, and it was just, for me, it was just that thing. Like, it's kind of late in the offseason. I thought we could maybe see something closer to like once the preseason ended, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But bro, you know how crazy it is. This point, they're like, bro, this dude is just nah. We gonna bring in J.K. Dobbins, but um, I am definitely concerned for the Aldrich estimate part of it, just a little bit. I still think he's young, so I don't think he's really gonna go anywhere. I think we're gonna carry probably 4 running backs. I don't know if they're. I don't see them putting him on a practice squad though, because if he goes on a practice squad, he's gonna get picked up immediately. Like he's like what? How old is estimate? Like 20 years old.
21.
So I mean, like
He's
you
21.
don't want to just necessarily put him out there for anyone to take him. I think if anything, Jaleel might be the odd one out if they really like Tyler Bidet. Yeah, I mean, because like think about Bidet is, remember they played him over Estime in that playoff game. So I definitely think, and there was a point last year where they were gonna make him the RB1, but he got hurt. I think that's the Jets game. Yeah, the Jets game. And so I think they got high hopes for him. That's why I'm thinking Jaleel might be the odd one out. He might be that odd guy out because I don't see them moving off of Estime. I mean, we already got the 1-2 punch solidified. It's gonna be Dobbins and Harvey, but I definitely think those next two guys. I think Estime just a lock. He's 21. Like I don't see them moving off of him for right now. I think Sean believes if he can develop him a little bit more. I mean, he's got hella time, bro. This is his second season. He's 21 years old. He's a running back. You know what I'm saying? So I he's gonna be on the roster. I think that last spot is gonna come down to Jaleel and Tyler Bidet. And if I'm being quite honest, I think they may give it to Tyler Bidet unless Jaleel just has a really strong showing, like a really strong camp, really strong preseason. I think they may give it to Tyler Bidet because they shown in the past that they really do like him. And if I had to pick 4 running backs right now, I think it'd be those 4. And maybe they trade Jaleel or, I mean, I don't know if he'll have any value or anything like that. So they might just end up cutting him. But I don't know if he'll make the team at this point.
Yeah, I could see that. It just depends, though. I think if Tyler Bidet is as good in the pass pro as we've been seeing, they talked about him and being a pretty good blocker. And I mean, like you stated last year, I mean, he had the longest run for any running back last season for the Denver Broncos, which is kind of disgusting if you really think about it. But
he had it in like week 2? Was that week 2 or week 3? It was the Tampa game, right?
Yeah, I think so. And then in the Jets game, it's like he was looking good, like he was looking promising, and then that injury really,
It was a bad injury. It was a neck injury.
Yeah, I feel like it really, took a toll on him. I think Bidet could go to the practice squad, and I just feel like Sean Payton loves Jaleel, and I mean he's the UDFA that Sean picked up. No, he was with. Was that what?
Yeah,
Sean,
no.
Was
He
Sean,
was already.
Was that the first year Sean was there? Yeah, right.
I can check real quick.
It was either the first year with Sean or it was the first year with Russ.
He been on the Broncos for 2 seasons, so it was Sean's first year.
Yeah. So Sean handpicked this guy as a UDFA, and he's a speedster. I think that's where I don't know, man. I feel like Sean likes him, and I feel like they like Bidet too. But I feel like one of those guys go to the practice squad. I feel like Blake Watson don't make the team.
I think Blake Watson is 100% a practice squad guy. Tyler Bidet, he's 25. Jaleel's 24. I don't know, man. It's just really like
they're really similar players.
Yeah, so they're really similar. It's just, who do you think in this offense could be the better back? Because we kind of seen Jaleel. He gave us 4 yards of carry. Excuse me, you see what I'm saying? But he's not I don't think he's like that back to where he's a big play back to where if you put him in, like you're expecting him to make the big play. I think Bidet can be that guy. Like I don't know how to explain what I'm kind of talking about, but like the word
he's more explosive. I mean, I agree.
Yeah, he's more explosive. But I think the role that they're looking for within that back, because let's be real, he's probably going to be whoever makes it out of Bidet and McLaughlin, they're going to be running back to whatever Harvey does. So they're going to be like, say Harvey goes down, whoever makes the team out of those two, they're going to be a guy to come in and take kind of his role. So I don't know if he wants to go Jaleel with that. I mean, I just don't know because we kind of seen it, and I feel like Tyler Bidet, he did show a little bit of promise. I mean, yeah, I mean, and plus he's been fighting for this team for this spot for some years, bro. He's been with the Broncos since 2022.
I like Bidet. I mean, I liked what he showed last year. I mean, before the injury, I mean, I thought that he was gonna really take over and be that guy. And I mean, Jaleel has had moments too, you know, with cutbacks on the outside, breaking a defender's ankles and making a play. But I think either way, I mean, I think either way you go, they're probably RB4, either one.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, no. I agree to RB4, but I'm saying like so like here's what I mean by like running back two, but like the 3 and 4, they're gonna like it's two different backs. Estime is obviously gonna be the one kind of behind more Dobbins a little bit in his role, and Tyler Bidet Jaleel is gonna be behind RJ Harvey in their role. But yeah, they're gonna be RB4 whoever it is, because I don't think they're gonna put like I think Estime is gonna play this season. I think he'll be RB3. Yeah, and I think it's just gonna be tough, man. I will say I'm liking that we're talking about the running back room as a crowded position now. I do like that. I honestly really do like that. Uh, but I don't know, man. I feel you with Jaleel. I do. I just don't know.
yeah,
I
it's
don't know who they're
hard
gonna
because
give it to.
they're both
Similar, like
very
they're
similar
both.
players, and it's like
Yeah.
who is going to beat who out. I think Jalil's the favorite in Sean's eyes, considering Sean handpicked him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Jalil has had moments where it's like, damn, like this guy could be really good. And I feel like Bidet has too. You know, I feel like they both have shown flashes. Neither have been amazing. But I think they're both really good. I think you roll with both of those guys. Like, you keep both of them. And even if one goes to the practice squad, right? I mean, I think you roll with that because if somebody goes down, I think they're okay enough to be decent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I mean, they're so much alike, bro. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's bro, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, man, and I just want to give shout out to Sean and George Payton, bro. They really put together one of the best off seasons. Like this is the best offseason we've had for sure since the 2014 offseason when we brought in like Key, DeMarcus, Emmanuel Sanders, TJ Ward. Like, but this was a very similar offseason in my eyes. I mean, they cooked this offseason. I mean, just I gotta give them a huge shout out, bro. Like, I was expecting a good offseason. I was not expecting this. They addressed
everything.
every level of need, bro. Everything. Like, I know people are not satisfied with the receiving core, and I feel like it's more of a wait and see, and we're gonna get to the receiving core in just a second. But I really like every single move that this team made from the draft. From bro, they came out the gate with it. Hufunga, day one. Greenlaw, day two. I mean, they were strong with it. Ingram, I think, was also day two or day three, something like that. I mean, they kept it going. They never really let up, bro. And you see them still making moves now with the J.K. Dobbins signing. And I kind of want to know what your thoughts on this. Like, I think, them going into, obviously in rookie minicamp or whatever the case may have been, just I think Sean realized that this team can really like go win the title right now, go win a Super Bowl right now. And I think that's what this J.K. Dobbins moves means because, he could have just said, let's just see what Estimate got. You know what I'm saying? We can make a little signing in this during the season. He said, bro, J.K. Dobbins available right now. This is a Pro Bowl level back, 1,000-yard back. Obviously, I think J.K. is going to be healthy, play a full season this year because I feel like he's not going to be he's going to be the running back one, but not the bell cow back. I think in Baltimore he was the bell cow back, and we saw him get injured. The Chargers, he missed around 4 or 5 games last year. He was the bell cow back. But I definitely think splitting with Harvey, bro, he might play a full season. And I think Sean is realizing, like, bro, why not just go add really good talent? And then not to mention, JK is very young, bro. He's 26. So if he has a really good season, we can extend this man for like 2 to 3 seasons and then move off of him when he's 30. And, bro, we could have a great running back tandem for the next 3-4 years, man. I mean, I just really love the direction we going. And I definitely think the coaches believe this team can go win a Super Bowl right now, bro. Like, it's crazy.
I agree. I think that Sean Payton. This will be year 3 in Denver. I think he got a 5-year deal as a head coach.
Crazy.
I think Sean Payton's trying to get extended as a head coach too.
Oh yeah.
So when we look at what he's done, taking Denver to 10 wins last year. Going to the playoffs. Granted, they didn't win. I think the important thing for Sean Payton and even George is getting to that next level. And I think that they've went out and made the necessary moves. But you know what it really all screams to me? The Denver Broncos have a franchise quarterback. All these guys come to
Yeah,
Denver
most definitely.
because of Bo Nix. I mean, you've heard Hufanga, you've heard Evan Ingram. We've not really heard too much from Greenlaw because he's recovering from that quad strain. But every single guy that's came to Denver has been like, I came here because of the quarterback. Like this guy is a leader. He's going to lead this team to where they need to be. And with Evan Ingram, I mean, we've stole 2 guys that the Chargers really needed in Evan Ingram and Dobbins. So I'm huge on the offseason, and I think Denver's competing. I'm not gonna jump to Super Bowl, but the Denver Broncos are gonna win a playoff game in 2025. I'll bank on that. They're sitting at 9.5 wins. I think this is a 12-win team easily, and the ceiling is 13 for me. So the Broncos could really wreak some havoc. They just need to stay healthy, and I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think staying healthy is probably the biggest point in all of it. But I trust our training staff, and they've been really excellent since they arrived in Denver with Sean Payton. But yeah, I agree. I think Bo Nix changed a lot of this. We saw a lot of guys, Hufanga, Ingram. They really pretty much talked about it. Even RJ Harvey, he didn't really have a choice, but still, like he was, I was intrigued by Denver because of Bo Nix, and having him in the room, and it's not even just him. It's also Sean. Knowing that, man, they got a young quarterback, but it's also who's leading that young quarterback. Everybody knows Sean not going nowhere. Like, it's not like, we just got a really good OC. He could leave at any point in time. And, then it's another question mark. Like, was it the OC? No, this is Sean Payton, bro. And I don't think he's going anywhere. I'm glad you brought up this is year 3 and he wants a new contract. Bro, what he's done to this team in 3 years is it's insane, bro. Like, think about, we should have made the playoffs in year 1 if Russ just could have been anything of a competent quarterback. We would have been in the playoffs. Year 2, we make the playoffs. Pretty surprised everybody because everybody thought we was going to take a step back. We took a step forward with a younger roster. Shout out to them. And then this year, you go out and have the monster offseason. You bring in, you feel it. I mean, call me crazy. We won the offseason. I don't know. And shout out to Nico, too. He tweeted this. Bro, I think we won the offseason. And it's just crazy, bro. Like, we addressed everything. And I'm excited. Like, I'm just saying, I don't think we will win a Super Bowl, obviously. I just think, they believe that we can. I think they believe, and I'm joking when I say ring us. Like, I'm just joking. I'm just hype, man. But I mean, like, honestly speaking, like, I still think we're maybe a year away. We still got to put these pieces together. But man, I ain't gonna lie, it's dangerous, bro.
If
We
they
stay healthy.
if they get to the AFC Championship, then
Oh yeah,
yeah, I mean that's the thing. And thinking about it, bro, like I'm gonna be honest, I just try to stay humble, but dude, the defense.
I do too. Because
The defense.
I've learned my lesson.
The defense alone, I feel like is gonna win you enough games to be. I think Denver is gonna be. We're not gonna be a 10-win team barely squeaking in, bro. Like we're gonna be one of those teams that we're going to sit our starters the last week of the year, and I'm serious about that. We're going to be so well off that we sit the starters.
Yeah,
There's a realistic chance for us to make noise, but it all depends on health. And I think that there's a lot of you said we were going to talk about receivers. There's a lot of young guys on this team that are going to take that leap, man, and that's going to be huge. I mean, the run game is already – you fixed the run game, you fixed the tight end, you fixed the middle linebacker, you fixed the safety position where P.J. Locke was. You filled every hole that was necessary to fill. Now you're just banking on, your year 2 receivers and Franklin and Vele, which We've heard good things about both of those
Yeah.
guys. I think those guys could take a jump. Pat Bryant's looked good, and I think that we're going to rotate these guys. I think that our receiving core is mildly underrated, and people are going to see it.
And that's a great transition too, because we trying to get into the receiving core, man. Some little update, man. Apparently, Devon Vele is going crazy at camp. There's been some tweets coming out that he's been the guy at the Broncos camp, turning a lot of heads, and a lot of people are expecting him to make that crazy year 2 jump. And I don't want to say I am a little bit surprised, but when you look at Devon Vele, though, it's like he really is in his prime right now. Like, I mean, how old is he? 27.
Yep.
So he should be entering his, which is crazy for a guy year 2 in the league. I ain't gonna lie, that is fucking insane, actually. But I mean, him, he's now in his prime. I feel like last year we kind of saw he was, he was really good. I thought he was really solid last year. But I think now he understands the league a little bit, getting a little bit of the speed of the game and everything like that. And I feel like really, if he can improve on his release, be a little bit faster, which he's looking, and some of the clips I saw, he might be pretty nice, bro. And I think they may hold off on paying Courtland Sutton, because I feel like him and Pat Bryant, bro, like you brought up, you might not have to pay Courtland Sutton. Or you know what I'm saying? Like if they can take the leap alongside Troy Franklin, which I think, is a real strong possibility, because Sean's been saying that Troy Franklin has really made some strides, and I'm actually very excited about that. I'm excited to see that these year 2 receivers are actually making some strides. Because we kind of saw with Mims, though. Like when Mims got in the year 2, we saw a little bit of the strides he made, and then obviously because last year was year 3, right, for Mims?
No, last year
Right?
was,
Or was it
year 2.
year 2? Yeah, okay,
No,
my fault.
no, wait. Year 1 was.
Was it year 2? Let me see.
Yeah, because year one was with Russ.
Yeah. Year 2, we saw him make some strides with Sean Payton. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think it may happen immediately, but we could see strides being made year 2 with Troy and Vele. And I think, bro, because I feel like now the offense is already wide open. But I think if they can just take that look, and I'm glad we still have Sutton, because I still think he's gonna draw attention to his side, and nobody's gonna see Vele and Troy coming if they taking the lead that everybody's saying that they've been taking. People at the camp like, bro, Vele might be coming for court. Like, that's crazy. So if they're taking that lead, all I gotta say is watch out, bro. Because that's all we need, bro. Is literally just for them to just play, for them just to be better, bro. And if they can be better, like just I will say slightly, if they can both be just slightly above average, I like, bro. We might come for the division, bro.
Think about this, and this is something I was thinking about the other day. Like, yeah, you have Court on the outside. You have Evan Ingram that can take the top off. You have a Marvin Mims, which I think Marvin Mims is going to be Denver's gadget guy all year. But here's what I'm thinking, and we heard Sean talk about, like, he expects Troy Franklin to do what Mims did year 2, and the quote was, Troy Franklin is a guy that is fast and he makes plays, and that's literally what he said about him at OTAs, was that he makes plays, he's fast. I think that you could see both of these guys maybe play a little bit of the gadget role. And dude, it's just everybody's going to be, their attention's going to be on Ingram and Sutton. So you're going to see a Marvin Mims, a Devon Vele, a Troy Franklin, a Pat Bryant. You're going to see these guys, because I think that they're going to be I think we're going to rotate receivers, kind of like we did at the start of the year. But I think we have the talent to do it. We don't have a Josh Reynolds or a Jordan Humphrey that we're rotating this time. So it's like, I think rotating these guys that we have, I think that it
beautiful.
My take is I think that we're not going to have an 1,000-yard receiver. We're going to have 4 700-yard receivers, and I think that would be beautiful. And even if you have one guy that has 1,000, and then 3 guys with 500, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Nah, bro, like, I agree. I don't know how much they're going to play Pat Bryant, though, because you know how Sean usually – I don't know how much he'll play, but, they say he's killing it right now, but we'll see. I think, man, we just got to wait and see this receiving core and what they – I'm really interested to see what lineup they roll out with the season. We obviously know 1 and 2 is going to be Sutton and Mims, but I want to see kind of. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know. We got a long way to go. So
I think,
I don't
hey,
know.
I think if Vele keeps doing what he's doing, bro, he could be the two.
Bro, it's looking nasty, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I think we got a lot to see. I mean, because he's, bro, from
They
what
said
I
he's
heard,
boxing
Vele
out
doing, like,
defenders. Like it's
yeah,
crazy.
like, yeah, they're saying from these past OTAs, like, he's been killing. Like they said it looks like Vele's added some muscle. He looks faster. So, and mind you, this is his prime right now, bro. People can say they want to, bro. He's entering his prime. He's 27 years old. Most receivers pretty much enter their prime around that time, unless you're generational, like a Jamar and Jettas and Puka Nakua and all those guys. Like, he's entering his prime. Like, so I think we're gonna see, what all he's capable of. And he carved out a good role last year, but I do want to see how they use Troy and Pat Bryant. I think those are the biggest, like, bro, could they be crazy for us? Like, I ain't gonna lie, because if you got five good receivers, like, because I mean, Sutton's good, you know what I'm saying? But if those other three receivers can, and we all know about Mims, those other three receivers can take a jump. Like, if Pat Bryant comes in and he's like really good off rip, like, you know how many weapons that is, though, potentially that can be really good. Like, we're talking about how many receivers that? Five receivers, and then you got Ingram and you got Dobbins and Harvey. Like, this offense could turn into, like, this receiving core can be going into the year one of the maybe kind of the more questionable ones, concerning a little bit, to full on, like, where the fuck did these guys come from? Like,
You know
where did they come from, bro?
somebody else we should talk about, and I don't know if you really kept up with this guy. The tight end that we got from Ole Miss, Caden Prescorn.
I know you're
Dude,
talking about, but I haven't really looked too much into him.
I mean he was solid with Jackson Dart. I mean, and I think that if Lucas Kroll and Adam Troutman don't have a big showing in camp and training camp, I think there's a world where Prescorn gets that tight end too behind Ingram.
I'm gonna say this. George Payton, I don't know if anyone saw, he did an interview kind of like after the draft that I went back and saw. And he was talking about all the draft picks we brought in. And the second guy he brought up after saying, bringing in Jahdae Barron, he brought up Kayla Loner, which was weird. Like, he was like, yeah, and we really believe that we got a really solid. Like, he kind of went on a little bit about Kayla Loner. I got to find that link. I'll send it to you, Trav.
I've
Kind of
seen
made,
it. Yeah, I've
yeah,
seen that.
kind of made me question, like,
But we've not heard anything
yeah,
about
but
him at all.
I don't know, bro. I I know how Sean might be keeping him a little secret.
And it's like
Okay, look, I just wouldn't be surprised if he could be the tight end too.
I wouldn't be
Now,
mad at that, but if that's the
I think
case,
Troutman makes the team.
if that's the case, then I want it to be Ingram.
Troutman's making the team.
I want it to be Ingram, Loner, and Prescorn, bro. I don't want no Adam Troutman.
He's making the team, dog.
And actually, you know what? Lucas Kroll will make the team before Troutman. Lucas Kroll has been turning heads again, bro, like he does every year in OTAs.
Does every year. That's
Like
what
he
I'm
does it
saying.
every year. So I'm on the Lucas Kroll train. I'm on whatever train it is to cut Adam Troutman. I think the Broncos would actually get some cap back if they got rid of Troutman. I'm pretty sure you can look that up, but I think they save money if they move on from Troutman.
Yeah.
I think that he could be a surprise cut candidate, just like I think PJ Locke could be. I think they could be a surprise cut candidate to save some cap.
PJ?
Yep.
They're not cutting PJ.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised.
They're not. I'm telling you right now, they are not cutting PJ.
Would you be surprised if, my opinion, there's 3 surprise cut candidates that I think could get cut: Locke, Singleton, and Troutman. I
think out of all of those guys, I think Locke is the least likely to get cut.
Why do you think that though?
Because our safety depth isn't that crazy. And I definitely think, given Hufunga's prior history, they're not just going to cut away with PJ Locke.
So you could save money on Locke. You just brought in Sam Franklin from the Panthers.
But he was kind of more of a special team guy, though. They're not going to get rid of Locke.
You have Skinner that you don't know. You've never seen what he could be.
Special team guy, though.
So it's like, dude, I think they can move off on Locke. I really do.
I mean, okay, because if you get rid of Locke, the backup off rip is DTY. God, no. We're not doing that again. Or it's either him or Devon Key. So that's why I'm like, I don't think they're gonna. And plus, Locke's contract, bro, you're not saving that much if you get rid of him. Like I don't think you're
I'm pretty sure
getting,
you save what you just paid Dobbins or more.
no, because remember the contract, because didn't he signed a 2-year deal, right?
Look at how much you would save if you got rid of him. Because I looked it up, I can't remember the exact dollar amount, but you save some money.
He signed a 2-year, $7 million with us when he did. He has a cap hit of. He got a cap hit of 2.4.
So you save what you paid Dobbins.
But it's not worth it though. $2 million for that is not worth it. Because like, I'm gonna tell you why. Because bro, if you say somebody go down, say Brandon Jones, somebody get hurt like that, right? Then like you're in trouble. Like I don't think PJ is a great safety, but I feel like he can serve as like a guy get hurt, he can come in for a few weeks, and I feel like he'll do solid. I don't think he's like
I think he's gonna make a tackle or two. Yeah, I agree.
Well, no, but I'm saying he's not like one of those, like, bro, he was a starter last year. Yeah, he didn't have the best year, but he wasn't awful. Like,
I just don't think that he's amazing in coverage, and I think that you can get a great tackler out of Skinner or dude. I don't think Devon Key's good either, but Devon Key can make a tackle.
No, bro, PJ's a good tackler. My thing with PJ is that yeah, he isn't the best in coverage, but what I'm saying is he has that experience. I'm more comfortable with him at 2.5. Like, yeah, you free up $2.5 million, but like, bro, keep that as like you're gonna have to pay. Somebody get hurt, you're gonna have to pay that to somebody.
He's my like very last like maybe surprise cut candidate. I'm telling you right now, Adam Troutman.
He's making the team.
Adam Troutman better get cut. Adam Troutman better get cut. I don't give a damn. He better get cut. Like, look at how much cap hit we would save if we cut Troutman.
$2.5.
Yeah, I'm saving what we paid J.K. Dobbins on Troutman, a guy that had less than 200 yards receiving. Yes.
See, but like, and that's the thing. I'm with you on that. I'm not against that, but I'm saying like I'm not gonna cut. I'm not gonna cut PJ Locke, bro, when it's hard to find a good safety out there. Cause bro, you cut PJ Locke, you're gonna have to pay somebody. You're gonna have to go sign somebody in free agency that's literally like.
You signed Sam.
The same amount of money as PJ.
You signed
so why
Sam
not
Franklin.
bring somebody who knows the system, huh?
You signed Sam Franklin. Let him.
Bro, but Sam Franklin, he's not a better safety than PJ Locke though, bro. I'm not.
PJ Locke is a phenomenal tackler, but in coverage, he's not that good. In coverage, he's not that good, man.
He's a good box safety, but what I'm saying is though, I'd rather have somebody who knows this. Bro, I'm not putting Sam Franklin out there, bro.
All right, bro. Devon Key, he knows the system. Fuck it, bro.
No, bro. We saw Devon Key. You want to talk about tackling? This brother let Zay Flowers turn tricks on him. No, bro.
Bro, you know what? And I'm going to say this. They need to let – bro, Skinner needs to be the backup, bro. J.L. Skinner is a guy that can – I think he can do everything P.J. Locke can do, bro.
I'm not against it. I'm not against that part of it, but, like, I'm not putting him in. I'm not cutting him for the hope of DTY, Devon Key, and Sam Franklin, bro. JL Skinner, I'm not completely against it. But I'm like, bro, it's $2.5 million.
I don't want Locke to get cut, but I could see it. Like, that's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna say. One of those, I'm not gonna guarantee one of those three. Somebody is gonna be a surprise cut. Somebody.
If I had to say the leading person, I would say right now, who was the other guy you said?
Alex Singleton.
Yeah, I think it could be him.
But
that's the only guy though.
But like, I don't think so, because if you think about it, bro,
I think Troutman is making the team, bro.
No. Why?
I just said I want him to. I just said I think he's making the team.
What's he fucking do? Block?
I think they believe he could be a good tight end too.
Yeah, 183 yards on a year. Yep, great tight end too.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. I mean, I cut him. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's something that they're going to do. I think that they're going to definitely, like, I just don't see. I mean, he could get cut. I could see Troutman getting cut.
Here's the thing, though, and this is what I'm thinking about, right?
But PJ not going nowhere, bro. I doubt it.
With Troutman, right?
He get cut, I'll be shocked.
with Troutman though, and this is what I think about. Right, you have Evan Ingram, you have your receiving tight end. Lucas Kroll can block. Nate Atkins is going to be on the team because he's the fullback and tight end. He can block.
Yeah, he's tight end. What, tight end 4, fullback 2.
So it's like, I think that you can move off of Troutman easily, bro. Like, easily.
I feel you on that. Okay, you convinced me. I think Troutman can get cut, but PJ not going nowhere. Tell you right now, our safety room is way too thin for him to be going somewhere.
I don't disagree with you, but something tells me that, like,
bro, because you're just gonna have to, bro.
Because we're gonna have to, aren't we gonna have to replace him next season anyway?
Yeah, but you can do that through the draft though. Like, I'm not saying go in. Like, who's like, if you cut him, like, are you like? I'm not believing in like. I really do like JL, but that's a big ass though for him to like come in off rip and start. Like, he ain't even got that many. Like, okay, like if he could be a backup for a little bit, yeah. Like, I'm actually hoping that's the case. But bro, that man has not really played at safety since he's been in Denver like that. Like, he played in the preseason, but like PJ is a vet. PJ been in the system for years. He knows Vance's system. Like, yeah, he may not be the best cover guy, but say Hufanga missed 2 games. You rather have PJ Locke play those 2 games, or rather have Devon Key.
Bro, I'm taking PJ Locke all day.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't be surprised if, he's one of those surprise guys. Like, do I want that to happen? No. Yeah. But I do think that it's possible, and it's the same with Singleton. I don't want Singleton to get cut. He was our leading tackler at one point. I think that you could still get something out of him, but at the same time, I would not be surprised. Just like I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, there ain't no wouldn't be surprised. Frick Adam Troutman. I want him to get cut. That's the whole reason there. The other 2 guys, I think it could just be possible.
Yeah, but yeah, man, we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. I just don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. It was something else I wanted to cover. I actually can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, shout out to Mike McGlinchey, man. I had the exact quote pulled up, but I lost what he said. I don't even know who interviewed him. I just saw the clip of him talking about Bo Nix. He was saying that Bo Nix, basically he's been taking, and Brandon Jones came out in the interview, said that they kind of the same thing. McGlinchey said that, the strides he's taken from year 1 to now, like, is looking like it's really crazy. And yeah, I mean, he basically said, like, this team is Bo Nix's team, and this is just crazy that we got our friend. I had to bring this up because, like, we really got our franchise quarterback, and it's actually crazy. Like, I think Bo, and I think people were talking about, and I want to bring this up, the sophomore slump thing again. Like, people got to realize CJ Stroud had that slump because his offensive line took a historic, like, decline. That was the main with it. Not to mention Nico got hurt at the beginning of the season. Then when they got Nico back, Stephon Diggs tore his ACL. I was at that game, man. It was crazy. And then Tank Dell suffers that he's out for like a year, like calendar year. So he's not even going to play this season. So I think that, that a lot of it had to play with Stroud not playing as well. Not to mention, bro, Bobby Slower kind of had a little bit of a down year as well because everything around CJ kind of fell apart in one season. And I just don't think that's going to happen with Bo. I'm not saying I think Bo is going to take a massive jump plan-wise. I feel like Bo, towards the end of last season, he played at a really, like, we saw times that he played at the highest level. Like, he played was damn good. I just don't think, like, he's going to take a step back. Bro, we got a running game. We got him a tight end. All the weaknesses we improved, really, and not to mention the one strong tooth this team had, which is the defense got better, too. So I just don't really, and our schedule of strength is really kind of the same, right? Yeah, because we have a last place schedule last year or a third place schedule?
I think third place. No,
no, you're right, yeah, because remember the Raiders took Bowers at No, we had last place schedule.
Yeah, last place. That's right.
Yeah, because the Raiders had to pick after us. Yeah, and the schedule is like,
I think the schedule's. I think this year's schedule is easier. I mean,
yeah, which is crazy though, because it's a third place schedule. I mean,
We
think
just
we
play
still
weaker
play some
divisions. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's easier 100%, but I
playing
mean
the
we still gotta
Titans
play.
division, though, I mean,
You said, huh?
I said playing the AFC South is way better than playing Baltimore.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, but the only reason why I say kinda is because we gotta play the NFC East.
Yeah, but dude, this might be a hot take, but the only the only team I'm really worried about in that division is the Eagles. No, that's me being honest. Like, yeah, I think the Commanders are a good team. I think our defense is gonna outmatch their defense, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. And talking about slumps, I mean, if we want to talk about somebody that could realistically have a slump, it's Jaden Daniels.
I don't know about that.
Think about it, bro.
They did improve the line though.
Yeah, they got a guy that fucking gets a penalty every play.
Well, no, I'm talking about they also drafted Connolly too out of Oregon.
So it's like, I think if we talk about a guy that can take a step back, and I'm gonna be 1,000% transparent, what Jaden Daniels does on the football field with his legs, there's film on that now. That's not going to be as easy next season, in my opinion.
I think Bowles is a little bit more unpredictable too.
And then Terry McLaurin. I mean, dude, if they can't get Terry McLaurin on the same page as what they need to, if they don't have Terry, they're not going to be the same team.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. If Terry McLaurin is gone, I mean they're not the same team because you go from Terry to Debo, and Debo getting locked up by that rookie. I know you've seen that
Trey
Amos,
Amos, yeah,
locking. Yeah, that's crazy. But I definitely think that I think when you compare them to, I think Bo's running, his scrambling ability is a little bit more unpredictable because you don't really expect it. I think they will expect a little bit more, but I agree with you in the aspect of who I think is more likely to have a slump.
I don't think either of them do though. But
I would just say I don't think Daniels has a slump.
I think if one of them do though, I think it's gonna be him because I think I do think they got better. Bo's in a better situation. Like way better team, and I feel like in the offseason, they built for him. And I mean, dude, think about it, bro. The Commanders' best defender is Frankie Louvu or Bobby Wagner. Like, come on, bro.
Lattimore. Come on.
No. Hell no. He's injury prone. No.
It's disrespecting Marshawn. But nah.
And he's old, like, dude, like he was good in his prime. I just don't think he's the same guy anymore. I mean, I just don't.
I definitely think the Commanders will be good again. I don't want to say they're not. I think Dan Quinn is going to have the defense pretty solid. I think the offense will take a little bit of a jump. I do think them getting Debo will make them a little bit better. And I really do like the move. Look, Tunsil, I wouldn't have traded for Tunsil, but he was a better upgrade over whatever they had at left tackle last year. Still is. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's the best guy, but he's still an upgrade.
Would you be surprised if this is going to sound really bad?
Yeah.
Would you be surprised if they finished third place in that division? Because the thing is, bro, is like
Dallas. Well, I don't think they're gonna be worse than Dallas though. Like, I know Dallas has an easy schedule, and I feel people on that. But Dallas also has a brand new head coach with a big question mark around him. And yeah, their schedule is sort of easy, but it's not the easiest, bro. Because
I agree, but it's like
they're playing the AFC West. Then they're also playing the whatchamacallit. I think they're playing the Lions division too. Am I mistaken? No, they're not. Well, yeah, but I know for a fact they play the AFC West. I don't know what other division they play. Let me see. Yeah, I was right. Wait, do they? Yeah, they play the NFC North and the AFC West. That's arguably the two hardest divisions in football.
I agree, and their whole division plays that. But the thing is, and this is how I personally feel about it, the Dallas Cowboys were bad because they didn't have Dak Prescott. And I know everybody thinks Dak Prescott's not that good, whatever the agenda they want to push is. Dak Prescott on the field. Yeah, their run game looks very ass right now, I'm going to be honest. On paper, it looks ass. But their receiving core, in my opinion, looks nice, bro. Like, it looks nice.
Ferguson, CD, Pickens, Tolbert. Yeah, it look good.
And their defense, I mean, can we not argue that it's healthy? It's about the same as the Commander, maybe better.
How was their defense last year? I can't remember.
I mean, it was hurt, but I think that
Yeah, it was her. I remember that.
I think if it's healthy, and I don't think Dallas is amazing, but I think that there's a world where if Dallas is good, the same team they were 2 years ago, I think that division's going to be close. And I think people are just thinking, oh, the Commanders are going to be the second best team guaranteed. I don't think it's a guarantee.
I mean, I will say the Commanders have a really solid start to the year. You got the Giants.
Yeah, but that ain't no game that you're guaranteed to just walk over. The Giants' defense is looking good. Like, we can agree on that. Their defense looks promising.
Their defense look good. They're going to beat the Giants, though, bro.
And, I mean, by no means am I saying Russ is going to be good. But, dude.
I ain't gonna lie, their schedule is kind of crazy.
Like, bro, Russ can literally do – because Malik Neighbors was successful with Daniel Jones.
I'm not giving Russ anything. I'm
not saying give him anything. But think about it. Russell Wilson can get the same production or more out of Malik Neighbors, 1,000%. He's better than Daniel Jones.
I guess, yeah, I give him that.
So, and
that's not saying much.
And then if he gets some production out of Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson, they have some very sneaky pieces. Tracy.
They're getting Slayton, too.
And Slayton. And they have Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Cam Scatterboo. I think their team is low-key underrated, bro. Like, low-key. Like, they just need a quarterback to be decent.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Kind of got a point a little bit. I forgot about Tracy. I surely did forget about Tracy. Yeah. Their line, though. So, like, the only thing that really questioned me on their team, like, the line, their offensive line questions me and the quarterback. Those are my two major.
I agree, but one thing that we can both agree on is
Brian Daboll gonna have them competing though. I don't think they're gonna be a pushover bad team. I just think they're not gonna have enough to get it done at the end of games type of bad team. But I don't agree when everybody say the Giants gonna be a pushover. They may not win a game. Brian Daboll is not a bad coach.
Their defense is gonna be in my opinion, it's gonna be crazy. Like they have a lot of talent on the defense, and I mean, dude, my take is, and I don't want to give Russ anything either, but Russell Wilson has always been better behind bad O-lines, and I mean he's got height that can stretch the field. He
ain't what he used to be though, bro.
No, I agree.
He's chunky.
But if he can do what he did for Pittsburgh over there, or do what he did for us as last year, and I'm not saying he was good by no means. The Giants can win 7 games. I don't think that's crazy.
7? I don't know.
If their defense is good.
You had me at 5. 5 I give you.
The thing is I think that
7 games?
It depends.
Russ?
It depends. I mean, think about it, bro. And even if it's not Russ, if you get Jackson Dart out there, I think
I'm more comfortable in Jackson Dart.
I think that they have, and it's not the quarterback situation. To me, it's like they have pieces. You have a Jalen Hyatt that never has had an opportunity that can stretch the field vertically. You have Malik Neighbors, which is, I mean, dude, he's special. And then you have Robinson and Slayton. I think they're overlooked, and I think that they can steal a game from the Commanders, steal a game from Dallas. I do.
Yeah.
I think they're good? I think they're still in 7 wins. Their floor is like 3. But that's me. But their defense though. Okay. Think about it, bro. Look at their D line, and then look at they got a Bull Carter. That shit is gonna be crazy.
Okay, I give you that. Yeah, I mean, we gonna see. I think the Commanders might be in some dogfights next season. I think that whole division is going to be, besides maybe the Eagles, but I definitely think, as far as the Broncos go schedule wise, I'm liking our schedule. I'm liking how we starting off the year. I like Tennessee. I like the Colts. I wish that Colts game was in Denver. I wish that, no cap. If I could swap that game with the Dallas game being in Denver, I would swap those two. I would rather us go to Dallas than the Colts. We going to Indy.
But it's already looking good. I mean, I know.
No.
With Indy, I mean, dude, Daniel, the Anthony Richardson saga is going to an end.
Okay, I'll say if Anthony Richardson don't play, I'm good. And I don't think Anthony Richardson is not a good quarterback. It's just, bro, that organization.
He's already injured though.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
Bro,
like,
that organization just has our number, bro. I don't know what it is about the Colts, bro, but we just don't play that well. No matter how bad the Colts are, bro, they always give us a dogfight, bro.
I think it's going to be different. I think if we get a play against Daniel Jones, it's
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
wraps.
We play against Daniel Jones where it's no wild card because Anthony Richardson, he's not that good, but he's still a wild card. He can still. We saw him run against us last
But
year.
to be fair, we got to remember that like we're going to have Dre Greenlaw there for that for a guy like Anthony Richardson, bro. Like,
Nah,
no, I'm not worried.
you're right,
I'm
but
not worried. I think we.
I like our first.
I think we're going to smack the shit out of the Colts this time. But.
Yeah, I think our first 7 games we go. I think we go 5-2 at the worst. I like 5-2 at the worst. I think we may drop that Chargers game, may drop that Philly game. I mean, we gonna probably drop that Philly game, probably.
That Charger game is in SoFi, right?
Yeah.
Oh no! See, that's a game I picked us to win, and now that we got J.K. Dobbins, I'm picking us to win it again. And
okay, so you got us sweeping the Chargers.
No, I think we're gonna split, but I think we could. Honestly, bro, I think they're gonna take a step back, and that might be an unpopular opinion.
We do play them last game of the season, so that could be something we may.
That's when we're gonna be sitting our starters, bro. We're gonna let them get that free win.
We're gonna be sitting our starters.
But no, I think J.K. Dobbins is gonna show them like. You know, you really went out and got Najee Harris, and you didn't want to value me for who I was. And I mean, dude, like, I think he's gonna run all over him. I think we're getting our get back, bro. They swept us last year. That's not happening again. Like, no. I think and I think we're gonna start off hot. But dude, I would love to sweep them. Get our get back.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'm just kind of concerned after the bye. For us a little bit. That's where kind of I think it was after the bye. Let me see. Yeah, after the bye, it's just a little bit rough. Not even after the bye. I would say after that Giants game, it kind of gets a little bit rough. Cowboys, Texans, the Raiders. You got the Texans, the Raiders on a short week after the Texans. And then you got Kansas City. Then the bye week, then you got Washington, Raiders again, Packers, Jags, and then you got Chiefs and Jaguars. I mean, Jags and then Chiefs and Chargers. It's a little rough, but I think overall I like our schedule a little bit more. But I agree.
I think we're sweeping the Raiders. I think we split. Split with the Chiefs.
They gonna be scrappy, bro. I'll say that.
Yeah, but I don't think their secondary. Their secondary still. Think about it, bro. They didn't bring Nate Hobbs back. Like, dude, they.
No. That's.
Their secondary, you got Jeremy Chin, but who else do you have?
Yeah, like that's the only weakness. I ain't gonna say the only weakness they have, but I think that's the main weakness from they secondary.
And their D line's not that good either. Like you have Crosby, but I don't know.
Yeah, they lost a lot there too. I think the defense is just kind of the weakest point on the team. But I want to see I'm kind of nervous to see what Pete Carroll's gonna do with that group though. He's gonna get every drop of talent out of them. I think offensively, they're gonna be a tougher team. I think Genty, Geno. I don't like Geno. I don't think he's anything crazy, but I'm gonna still respect the guy. He's still solid. Like you got Geno, you got Genty, you still got Jacoby Myers over there.
But do you think that? In my opinion, I think Geno's success is going to depend on his O-line. I mean, dude, he had 15 interceptions last year. Like we can't forget that. And he had a better team.
Yeah.
He had a better team. His receiving core was better. Like, I'll give it. His tight end's better now. He has Brock Bowers. And the Genty thing, like, I think Genty's going to be good. But
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's just a lock that we sweep the Raiders, though.
But I also think that.
Because we got them on a short week, even though it's in Denver. And then we got them.
I think our defense is too much for them, bro. Like, and the thing is our offense is going to be on the field, bro, the majority of the game. Like,
it just that game in Vegas always worried me, bro. We almost dropped it this season.
Like, I'll give it to you. I think the Raiders are a better team. Like, I think that Geno Smith is a huge upgrade to Aiden O'Connell. I think that having
more than huge,
having Ashton Genty and not as RB1 over. I don't even know their running back from last year. Some bum.
Amir Abdullah.
Yeah, some bum. But that's the thing is like, I think they did get better. But at the same time, it's like, they really still don't have that many weapons. Like, you have a running back, you have
They
a
got
tight
Trey
end.
Tucker, Jacoby Myers.
I mean, Trey Tucker's like, yeah, he's okay. He's not amazing, but he's okay.
I feel like I'm missing somebody. Didn't they bring in somebody?
They drafted Jack Best. That's their tight end, or their
Yeah,
wide
that's who it
receiver
was.
3. Like, I think they got better. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I think's gonna kill them? You know what I think's gonna kill them? Their defense.
Wait a minute. They got Dante Thornton?
Oh yeah, they did get Dante Thornton. Yeah, they did get.
I did not. I thought he got drafted somewhere. I thought he got drafted to the Ravens.
No, he went to the Raiders. So they do have weapons, and I think Dante Thornton may be used like DK Metcalf because he's big. I just think their defense is going to, like, bro, think about it. If Denver gets,
I did not know they had Dante Thornton, bro. Oh shit.
If Denver gets a takeaway on Vegas, right? We're going to be able to put the ball in play, bro. But that's the thing. I think their defense hurts them. Like, I think they got Crosby. Their offense is going to be way better. I agree. But their defense is not going to be that good. I think that hurts them. I think we sweep them.
I guess. I mean,
Bo Nix is going to continue on sweeping them. You know how they always said they owned us and they were our father. Their father is Bo Nix, and he's.
I think we sweep them. I'm just not gonna like lock it in. Like, I'm gonna still be like, because it's a division again. It's a division.
Oh, it'll be close.
Yeah, I think the game on the short week in Denver. I'm trying to think. That's gonna. That one, I think, okay, I might have them switched up. I think we go to Vegas and we beat them. I think that game in Denver is going to be the dog fight. That short week, we coming from Houston to Vegas, because that's going to be a dog fight with the Texans. You got that short week. Raiders going to come in looking to kill some shit. And that's where I'm like, I don't know. But I mean, but all in all, bro, you know, so we can wrap it up a little bit. This offense now, I'm actually super excited now, bro. I mean, I was excited before, but I think now, like,
this puts the icing on the cake.
Bro, we got a legit running game, bro. Jesus Christ. It took us, bro. George Payton really fucked it up to begin with, but we got it back because we low-key had a solid running back room with Phillip Lindsay and Royce. He obviously got rid of both of them for Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, which Javonte wasn't a bad pick, man. You know what I'm saying? He just got hurt. But I think now, bro, this is the best running back room we probably didn't really had, obviously, since Phillip and Royce. But I think they can be as good as, like, when we had Noshawn and Ronnie, and then eventually became CJ and Ronnie. I think this could be as good as that, bro. Like, if not better. Like, then they're both really young. I'm just excited for it all, bro. Shout out to J.K. Dobbins, man, bro. I'm so glad. See, free agents, they just visiting Denver and signing immediately, bro. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even go visit nobody else. That man went straight to Denver, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people said, like, Chicago wanted him. So it's like, we definitely – there's a culture going on in Denver where players want to be there.
That's crazy, man. But, yeah, it most definitely is, bro. And I just can't wait, man. But, yeah, we got to end it here. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and keep hitting that sub button, bro. You know, the season's coming up, so we're gonna be dropping way more episodes. You know, the off season it's kind of come back around. You know, we had that little 2-week dead period where nothing was going on. But you know, more episodes are gonna be on the way. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. I'm your host JMX, my other host Trav. To the next one. Peace out.
Peace.